tactic.
Oh God, here
I've
we
worked
go.
out how big Lou and Steve could be in 5 years.
Hello, beautifuls. Welcome back to my Chanel, and welcome to another salacious episode of Fat Families, the Sky One TV show hosted by this guy.
Massive fatty muffin alert! Massive fatty muffin alert! Massive fatty muffin alert!
That I'm pretty sure is partially responsible for my terrible relationship with food, diet, and exercise.
Oh, that's marvelous.
Just like Super Size versus Super Skinny, these sorts of salacious, shocking diet shows were everywhere in the early 2000s British TV landscape. So why don't you join me today, my lovelies, in trying to nurture our inner youth, shall we say, our inner relationship with ourselves, and watch another episode of Fat Families, one of the darkest weight loss reality TV shows to ever exist. So why don't we get right into it today, my lovelies? One of the top comments on the last episode of Fat Families is by Sarah Sabotage 986, and they say, addiction is the only disease where your brain tells you the problem is the solution. Breaking that thought pattern is so hard. Truer words, my loves. Truer words have never been spoken. Food addiction is one of those things where you still need the substance, so you can never really, truly ever do something like cold turkey or never have it again. Unlike perhaps hard, illicit adult substances that you could go from cradle to grave without ever trying. I have now been sober for over 2 years, and I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of difficult to get there, but now I'm in a good, secure pattern of management of my habits. And this also goes with my weight loss journey as well. My weight management journey finally finished. If you saw the last episode of Super Size versus Super Skinny, you'll know I finally hit my weight goal, and I feel like I'm in a really good place with my body. And my mental health, which is always nice to say, isn't that nice to say? Well, about this situation anyway. Let's get into it, shall we? Make sure you're sitting down comfortably, grab yourself a beverage, pop your little hanger right into your, what did we go with? Family hole? Oh, something should not be shared. And let's watch another salacious episode of Fat Families. Is that a biscuit fluff? Punch that cake, you bitch! Could you imagine from an absolute hip
This week's show comes
Oh,
from
God.
Lancashire, and I'm about to meet a
Imagine being like, okay, we're about to go. You've got your really expensive camera. What was an expensive camera back in the day? You've got your JVC DV1500, and you go, hello, we're starting the show. Steve Miller's never seen so much action before. Right, so we're at the grocery store. Is it a pantry
This
vlog?
week's show comes from Lancashire, and I'm about to meet a
Lancashire?
colossal couple in desperate need to
Not a colossal couple. Already, here we go. What are we? What's that? 4 seconds in, it's already insult. Right, the colossal couple from Lancaster. No, what was it? Lancashire. Steve Miller's Miller Moohole. Shove it up your hoo-hing girl. I think I might.
I'm about to meet a colossal couple in desperate need to trim down. They're getting married in 10 weeks, and I want this
Marriage?
bride
Oh,
blushing
don't tell
for all
me.
the right reasons.
Right.
Meet
Oh,
Steve
here we
Bradford
go.
and his fiancée.
This is that infamous section in this show where, if you've not seen it before, what is this? This must be like volume 4 or 5 by now. Sometimes I lose count, my lovelies. It's so stressful. Look at this lovely, ordinary British couple being ordinary in their front garden, dressed ordinarily. Ordinary. Except there's more than meets the eye, girl.
Trim, toned, and in perfect shape for the big day. Wrong. They actually look like this. These two will...
It's so hateful, isn't it? So hateful. The idea that perhaps you as a couple are like, do you know what? We've tried lots of things. It's just not working for us. We need something to give us real motivation to make these drastic quality of life choices in our lives. And you go on this show and they're like, Mr. and Mrs. Massive Fatty Balloon Noises Expand Tool in Photoshop. Sky One's got a lot to answer for. Sky One also made There's Something About Miriam. And I saw their float at Pride recently and I was like, scum. Scum!
be waddling up the aisle at a combined weight of almost 45 stone.
Okay.
Steve...
I also do want to say I'm not entirely delusional. I do realise that a weight management journey looks different for everyone. But obviously these people must want to make these kinds of changes in their life. Otherwise, why would you apply to go on a show like this? Although this is still season 1, so perhaps they weren't quite sure what they were signing up for. The irony, of course, being whenever you're involved in any of these shows, you don't really know what the narration's going to sound like, what the editing's going to make you look like, until it's there on TV. And sometimes it's not so good.
Even Lou live in a village near Blackpool with their children.
A village near Blackpool.
3-year-old George
The
and baby
Vegas
Archie.
of
For
Britain.
years, these two have been on a feeding frenzy,
POV.
fattening themselves up on greasy grub.
My problem is I like to taste everything.
Just tried to weigh myself the other day and my scales come up with error.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
When Lou gets home from work,
Okay.
she can't resist packing in the snacks.
I just graze. I'm like a cow in the night time. I'm just like in and out the kitchen all the time.
Well, they
in
seem
and
like
out,
they've
in.
got a little bit of a sense of humour to deal with it, and I realise that I also kind of am quite dark with my sense of humour. I'll make light jokes about how painful sometimes it is to be trans here on the Chanel, because if you don't make light of the darkness, you just get swallowed by darkness, girlies.
I can't wait to die. Honestly, I cannot wait to die.
And now, if you chop my legs off, I'll be fine.
Oh, what was that? Sorry, how many bottles of milk? I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bottles of whole milk by the looks of it. Do you know what? My stomach, absolutely not.
She's dead.
Also, they're in like the milkman things. Do you remember the milkman? Does the milkman exist anymore? The milkman kind of sounds a bit like an ominous horror figure, doesn't it? Like, be careful, children, the milkman will get you.
Off, I'll be fine.
You get me to get it.
Yeah.
It's no laughing matter. These massive fatties' lazy lifestyle is even affecting the kids.
Last time I went to the park with the children would be, it's probably nearly 8 months ago now. Either I'm too tired or it's too hot for me. So we've wasted the whole summer and I've not taken the kids to the park once. Your daddy's had it.
Okay.
Lou and Steve have given their bellies a
Right,
long-term
goodness me, this is
battering.
quite a shot,
They've been
isn't it?
packing in a colossal 9,000 calories a day between them.
That is
That's
quite
enough
high.
for them and the couple next door.
couple of
35-year-old
guys
Steve is the
next
big
door,
daddy
girl.
of the family.
5'9",
At almost
bit taller than
24
me.
stone, he's more than double his recommended weight.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest I've ever been, and I'm suffering for it. I feel absolutely awful. I've never felt as bad in my life.
This is the thing, isn't it? I understand that in the body positive movement, there is such a thing as loving the body you're in. And I agree with that. I just also feel like when it comes to things like addictions, which is what I would say we can see here, because I do feel that addictive personality traits can lead to negative reinforcement feedback loops in the body. As someone who was formerly a lot heavier and in a really negative space of mind, negative habits constantly reinforced upon myself, I feel like I can say that. And having people around me who are like, no, this addictive behavior that you're indulging in is very positive for yourself. It's not good. Those people are not your friends. I think it is positive to have a body and feel positive about having a body. But I think it is delusional to think that every single thing you do to your body is positive for it.
Lou is 28 and
Lou.
should weigh around 8.5 stone.
5'2".
But she's hot on Steve's
little
heels, tipping the
tiny
scales at
little-
a gigantic 20 stone 7.
Oh, goodness.
Now, with their wedding only 10 weeks away,
A wedding!
Lou is getting increasingly worried.
She's got that very, like, 2010 hairstyle. This kind of reminds me, this hairstyle is very PNG. You'd see it on, like, debenhamswigdepartment.com, and you put it on and be like, do I feel like a Sandy today, or do I feel more like a Sasha?
I'd like to have lost weight, hopefully, by the time I walk down the aisle. I don't want to be wobbling down the aisle. I want to be actually walking if I can.
And with Steve,
They seem quite sprightly and happy, though. Like, I'm hoping that we're going to actually see Steve lean into that and be like, it's exciting and lovely to make quality of life changes for yourself. Not like,
Oh, you think you're happy about it, do ya?
which is kind of the vibe that I think he's going to go through, if we've ever seen that before, girls. So I found that on my weight management journey, as soon as I had a big event that I was like, right, this is it for me. This is like, kick the habit or it's never going to change. And for me, it was my facial feminization surgery. I wanted to get down to a really stable weight so that I did not have to feel like I couldn't exercise, couldn't look after myself, couldn't recover. Like, I wanted to put my body in the best shape for recovery, because recovering from a 10-hour surgery is a lot. And at the time, from booking my first deposit for my surgery and having my surgery, I had 2 years. Now, I had 2 years to get down to that healthy weight. My actual journey took me 5 years in total, because after healing, I kind of regained a bit of weight because I couldn't exercise due to my surgeries. So I think having an event to aim for where you're like, this is a big thing for me, I'm going to make a change for this, using that as a source of inspiration is a good thing. What I don't think is a good thing is when that thing is really close and you're like, well, crash diet, I want to lose 18 pounds a day. That is so, you're going to feel so disgusting 99% of the daytime. Awful. Low and slow wins the race, girl.
No longer fitting into his suit. It all makes for one very unhappy bride.
Oh dear.
Well, I've had enough now. I'm gonna cry again. I
It
just
is
wanna be
stressful.
normal.
It's time for
That's
these
very
two guys
relatable.
to face.
How many of us, if we've never even had problems with our like body or weight, how many of us out there have sat in like a period of mental anguish and gone, I wish I was normal? That's incredibly relatable to me.
It's time for these two
God.
guys to face up to the fat and start shedding those
need to
stones.
start wearing suits
and
that
over the
fit.
next 10 weeks, I'll be doing my best to cut them right down to size. But first, I need to get in there and find out exactly what I'm up against
Not
for
in your
myself.
Mary Poppins bag. Hello?
That's
It's
if
the
they can get
police.
off their backsides long enough to answer the door.
Was that needed?
Hello, girls. Welcome to Hotel Tina.
Great start.
Hello, hi
You
Steve.
must be Lou.
That's such a cruel thing. Oh, you gotta get off your backside to start. Like, I've got a dog. It takes me a little while to get to the door and answer it once I'm finished faffing around with Biscuit, getting all excited. They have 2 children. Like, cut them some slack. My God.
Hi, I'm Luke. Nice to meet you.
hands are full. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
Hey,
Thanks,
Steve as well.
Surprised you didn't
Nice
say,
to
oh,
meet
your
you.
hands are full
Well
of
done.
Never get
biscuits,
on
go.
off the sofa and shake hands with people.
I'm not usually shake hands. I'm just friendly. Say, come in, and sit down. Usually.
Right.
Oh no,
So
I
that-
will say that is a bit of like a social faux pas, not standing up when someone comes to the home. Social faux pas, little bit, not gonna lie, but I don't think that's related to being big. I mean, it could be, I guess. I guess that's kind of the angle they're gonna go for here, isn't it?
That's how it's going to be, is it? Well, for today, I'm going to have to bite my tongue
Cream
because I'm here
sofas.
to live life as a
Brave
Radford.
with children.
What's made you feel like you've just had enough? Let me understand
Just eating too much and not having a life sort of thing. Don't do anything for us, do we?
No.
Well, we put the kids to bed and that's it. And
See-
we don't do any activities.
I'm not getting an aspect of delusion in this show. I feel like a lot of the angles that production and TV shows and even like articles, media go through, there is this aspect of like, oh, they're so deluded, they think they're doing it right. And it's like, no, sometimes it really isn't as easy as do this one thing and change your life. It's breaking a life cycle of habits. And sometimes socioeconomic factors weigh heavily in that. And depending on just how much your rent or your mortgage or your bills are, which are astronomical now, depends on how much actual free time you can take away from work to make yourself hit your weight management goals. When I was at university, all of my brain power was taken up by my university. As soon as I finished university, I was like, right, now I've freed up this huge part of my life where I can actually spend time to break those habits. And I think a lot of the time that nuance is really glazed over and missed on these shows because they already know the answer. Eat less, move more. It's so, that is so straightforward. That sentence, actually pulling that through and achieving those big life-changing goals is where the time and the effort comes in. And sometimes you are battling biology as well. And I'm not saying that absolves any personal responsibility because that doesn't. But the way your body works does affect the way you interact with the world.
Boring at weekends.
And the children as well, isn't it? They're not.
I've just had enough fun. I just want to lose
You want to
weight.
do more with the children, don't you?
This is a running theme we see throughout these shows, though, is that you want to do more for your children.
Tears already, and I've only been here 5 minutes. Poor Lou is a complete mess. But you have
She's
to
not
ask
a mess,
yourself,
just-
if she
just
feels that
very
strongly,
overwhelmed.
then why hasn't she done something about it already?
Exactly. Why? Should we ask why? Should we see why? Maybe because it's something known as addiction, which requires a bit more than just someone coming in and yelling at you. There you go. Oh, pixelation.
I'm moving in for 24 hours so I can get to the bottom of what's keeping these two so fat. So while Steve takes it easy on the sofa downstairs, Lou gives me the guided tour.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Is that an exercise bike? It's the last thing I expected to find here. Come on, what's happening?
Well, we bought it with good intentions.
It looks like
The thing is, unless you're an athlete, weight isn't managed through exercise, it's actually managed through diet.
it's used as a clothes
Well,
horse.
yeah.
And
I
do
did
you-
used to use it,
Okay.
but I just kind of phased it out.
So, how many times have you used it?
You can't
Probably
outrun
about
a bad
10.
diet, sadly.
10?
Yeah.
But you don't get huge just through.
You can't go to the gym for 7 hours a day and then go home and eat 8 tubs of ice cream. That's not how a journey works.
For lack of exercise, these guys must be fueling that fat with some serious calories. We're off to the supermarket. This should be a real eye-opener.
Yes,
Excited,
it
George?
might be.
Well,
Supermarkets are evil, aren't they? The more I watch these shows, the more I'm like, evil, evil, evil. It's all just advertised sugar. Come get your sugar. Pump yourself with sugar, girly wigs. Sugar, sugar, sugar. And then, of course, once you're fully addicted to sugar or fully addicted to negative food behaviors, you try and make something healthy and you're like, this doesn't taste like 17 grams of sugar covered in MSG with a salty umami aftertaste. Of course it won't. You can liken it to any sort of extreme illicit adult substance, can't you? You can be like, well, why bother having just a WKD when you can have a cocktail filled with several different kinds of alcohol? It's Mr. Biscuit! You were sitting outside my door having a little cry, weren't you? Thank you for that little kiss. Yeah, all right, you can sit up here for a little while with me. Oh, you're getting a bit stinky. Have you been in the rainwater again?
Right,
Off to the supermarket, Biscuit. Oh, let me wiggle your butt bum so you're sitting.
10 minutes in, but so far I haven't seen anything go into that trolley that's too unhealthy.
Oh no, he can't have the normal stuff. He's got to have special
I don't like
stuff.
fatty stuff.
He doesn't like fatty food. Look at the size of him.
Yeah,
he must be eating
it's not
far
fat
too
that
much
makes you
then.
fat,
You get 2
ironically.
meals out of a chicken, you say, well, I'd like a roast dinner. And then
You
some
know,
like a sweet and sour.
I think this is the biggest misconception in the diet industry. Biscuit, you're very heavy. I'm going to have to put you on the floor. Really fatty foods are actually quite difficult to eat. How many of us out there have been eating something really heavy and oily and dense and you're like, it's too rich. I just can't eat much of it. As soon as you got a pack of biscuits that's got sugar, carbohydrates and fat in it, how many biscuits can you eat? Can you finish a whole pack without being like, maybe I could go for some more? Biggest misconception ever is that fat makes you fat. It's not fat that makes you fat, it's overconsumption of whatever that is.
Curry the next day. So,
Well, that
Chicken
knocks
curry.
that theory on the head. Ah, pizza, here we go.
Steve, what are you doing?
ordering me pizza because I don't like cheese.
He doesn't like cheese. You've got to wonder how these guys got so fat then.
Biscuit, are you sitting there crying at me? Nobody's looking at Biscuit. Poor homeless Biscuit. Nobody loves Biscuit. Oh! Should put you in a curry. Biscuit curry. Be very hairy.
That's a lot of bread. How much bread do you normally eat a day?
Between all of us, yeah, probably a loaf a day.
Gosh, a loaf of bread a day.
Well, that's
is
more
a lot.
like it. But they didn't get that big on bread and a few crisps.
The real reason that they're so fat ain't in that trolley. There's just something else going on here.
It's lunchtime, and as I'm living with the family for the day, I'll be eating exactly what they eat.
And what do
I'm
they
expecting
eat?
massive portions. What's the lunch, Lou?
Wigs.
Well, we're going to have
Get
bacon
out.
and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Is that it? 2 bits of bacon, an egg, and 2 potato cakes. That's only 440 calories. I think I might still be hungry.
Orange.
You had a gastric band, girl.
Do you feel like you could eat that?
Yours?
I thought he was talking about the baby. Do you feel like you could eat
Keen
that?
on things like this.
Are these guys trying to pull the wool over my eyes? Lou doesn't like the food, and Steve hasn't even touched the egg.
I noticed you haven't finished.
Yeah, it just didn't taste right to me, so I left it. So I just enjoyed my bacon and my potato cake. So
Didn't taste right.
enough for me now.
Oh dear.
What do you normally do on a Sunday afternoon?
You watch your motor racing.
Yeah, if motor racing's on, I'll watch the motor
A bit of
racing.
Formula
You never
1.
think like right now, you know, let's take the kids to the park and let's go for a walk.
No.
How far's the park?
It's just at the end of the road.
Down the end of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We are starting to see a little
This
bit
is
of...
unbelievable. I've been to more exciting funerals.
This is giving me a vibe. I'm not sure what I would use to describe the vibe, but like, it sounds like there's new thought processes that have to be introduced in terms of understanding what they want out of life. Does that make sense? Like, I never feel accomplished and great and wonderful and lovely if all I've done is have like a messy day, like a messy at-home day where I haven't really done anything. I've sat on my phone for ages. I've eaten crisps and drank Pepsi Max, and that's all I've drunk and eaten. And then it gets to like 9 p.m. and you're like,
I am the worst human being who's ever existed.
Like, that's not fun, is it? Forcing your brain to be like, no, we go outside for a little bit, is actually quite necessary, I think. But what he's about to say here, look at him, he's running up to that camera, he's gonna be like,
what I really can't understand is where is all that weight coming from? Because it's now mid-afternoon and we've hardly eaten anything. I wonder what's coming up for dinner.
Anything doesn't have a K on the end.
Can you do me a special kebab? Can you do me an extra tub of garlic mayo on the side? And can I have a chicken kebab? Portion of chips, lamb korma, garlic naan, 3 poppadoms.
Oh, I do love a garlic naan.
Mango
and
chutney,
some
and
with
that's
some
it,
chutney.
butter.
Wait, hang on. Was that... They must be ordering it from a very interesting place because they had several different kebabs and naan breads? Is that usual? Do you usually get, like, mixed variety foods like that?
Last, the
Variety
truth.
cuisine,
By night,
fusion.
these guys turn into binge eaters. 7,000 calories in one meal. That's enough to keep the 3 of us going for the whole day. I think I'm starting to feel sick.
Do you know, that's actually one of the harder parts when I was in my, like, weight loss phase. When it gets late at night and your blood sugar's a bit low and you're, like, really... The cravings settle in, everything's a bit, like, quieter and you're like, oh... I really would quite like biscuits and chocolate and naughty food. That's the hardest part. That's where your willpower is really going to be tested, I think. Well, that's where mine was, anyway.
Look at the grease on it.
I haven't got my poppadoms and I haven't got my dip.
Oh, dear. Send it back, girlie.
I'm going to have to eat your kebab now, aren't I? So I'm not going to have enough food.
There'll be plenty left.
Oh my
look
God.
at that.
Honestly, when I look at that, that really makes me feel sick. I don't know if I can eat that.
This is the naan bread.
That's the naan
I mean,
bread.
but we've only got, like,
I don't eat
one...
it all now.
Oh, I do like a naan bread, especially a large one. You do a little dip and then you can wrap it in little things. Oh, yum!
Deranged.
But again, it's portion control. If you're going to be like, oh, let's have a takeaway, you can't really be like, let's have 3 takeaways in one day, because that then adds up very, very quickly. This is the thing. I try and preach here. Not preaching, that's the wrong word. Within these videos, I try to also remind myself that, like, it's not moderation. I hate this phrase of, like, everything in moderation. No, everything in consideration. This is the word I like, or the way that I like to think about it, because I know for a fact, if I want to have 8 sticks of butter, I know I can. And I can do that, and I can, you know, reap the rewards or the non-benefits, as it may be. The considerate part of that is, I know I can't do that for every meal of every day. If I have a day where I'm like, do you know what? Today's just, I'm gonna have what I want day. I know that somewhere else I need to change my way of thinking about a different meal in order to kind of offset that, in a way. And it does take brain power to do as well. It's not something that you can just sort of cruise through life. There's only one real way you can think about, like, weight management. If you're not actively trying to maintain, by default then you are either gaining or losing. So essentially it does kind of come down to choice factors.
I did used to.
I'll eat some chips, I can't eat that.
See, mine's twice the size of yours.
Serious to God, that is just like layers, slices of loads of fat.
Yeah.
It just makes me want to be sick.
Unfortunately, it's endorphin
Listening
food.
to you say how bad that is, it
Your
makes it embarrassing. You've made me not want to eat now, so that's enough for me. I suppose that's a good thing, though. Maybe you've put me off it.
I hope I have, actually.
Aversion
feel
therapy
guilty
doesn't
now?
really
I
work.
I do now, yeah. It's the embarrassment of eating it. It's just oil. And with a load of white bread with it as well, followed by all your doner meat.
Oh, this is a tough one, isn't it?
Stupid.
It's not
know, it's only-
stupidity, though. It really isn't, because your brain craves the easiest way to achieve anything. So if you really aren't managing how your body is interacting with the world around you, it's gonna run you wild. It's gonna lead you astray. It's gonna make you want to do everything. I am entirely sober. The amount of times my brain goes, wouldn't it be great to just do a bunch of MDMA and end up face down in a puddle somewhere in London? And I'm just like, yeah. That would be really fun, and I'd really love it. But you know what? In the long term, I would find myself repulsive afterwards. And I kind of hate to say it, but being uncomfortable does force growth. And I can elaborate further on saying that by when I was at university, I was not comfortable. I did not already know everything that I was being taught. I had to learn it, and that was painful and uncomfortable. But at the end of it, I was rewarded with a degree. A lot of life, realistically, is spent teaching yourself the tools to wrangle in all these unhealthy thoughts and habits, really.
I'm supposed to be observing them, but I couldn't hold my tongue anymore. The first step towards losing weight is identifying the problem. Thankfully, right now, that problem is lying at the bottom of the kitchen bin.
There's not even a liner in that. Oh, there is.
I think these guys are starting to see sense at last, but tomorrow is when the shock tactics really begin. And I'm on a mission to shrink these fatties before they walk up the aisle.
Someone said in the comments of the last episode that, like, the way he says fatties is like a slur. And I agree, because every time I hear it, I get like a shiver up my spine, like, ugh, I hope you're not calling me that. Do you know what I mean? It's exactly that. So whoever said that, well done. Great observation.
So far, I've witnessed their lardy lifestyle with my own eyes, but now the table's turning. Over the next 10 weeks, they will ditch their fat habits and live life my way.
First, I need to get them to realise the full scale of the problem.
Right. Well, identifying a problem is
Steve's
the
local
first
takeaway
step,
is only
isn't it?
600 metres from the house, but rather than walk, takes the car.
600 metres, that is quite...
Took me about 30 seconds to drive here. It'd probably take about 5 minutes to walk it.
Not to collect a pizza.
So it's not too far. We haven't delivered as well. Makes it even worse. Yeah.
Thing is, see, again, he knows. He knows. It's not deluded. It's just not a good choice.
It's 30 seconds to drive to the kebab shop.
Yeah.
Why don't we walk?
Well, I'd be exhausted. I wouldn't feel like eating the food, which I suppose would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I would literally come back here, put the food down, say, "Hello, you have yours." I wouldn't be able to eat that.
You need to make the connection, don't you?
I really want to challenge you on that, because I know you feel... I'm going to accept that you feel different. I'm going to accept you feel sweaty, etc. But it's completely safe for you to do it.
It's the pain in my hips. It's my heart jumping out of my chest. Bang, 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 bang. And what I'd say to anybody, have a day in my shoes in 24 stone and then come back and then say, you can go out there and walk miles. They wouldn't be able to do it.
Steve's excuses won't shift those pounds. It's time for some tough talk, so I've lined up 3 shock tactics to spur them into action.
Oh, God, I don't know.
When you
shock
pile on
tactics
weight,
is the
it's
right
easy
way.
to be in denial
Oh, here we
about
go.
what you really look like. There isn't a single full-length mirror in the Radfords' house,
Oh, that's
so I'm bringing
interesting.
them into a studio
couldn't
where I'm
survive
going to
without
make them
several.
take a long, hard look at all that fat for the very first time.
Right.
If you were walking down the street, bare-chested, looking like that,
Yeah.
what do you think people are saying about you?
They'd probably be sick.
I don't want to see anyone's
I know
body
you're
this
laughing
close.
about it, but
Thank you.
if you think about it,
Except maybe
that
my
is a
boyfriend.
lot.
It is disgusting, yeah. It shouldn't be there.
What's going through your mind
See, the
now?
thing
as
is,
you...
I think you can recognise you need to make change without using such repulsive language. This is designed to make us, the viewer at home, go,
Oh my God, isn't that awful? How could anyone ever?
It's designed to almost be a bit circus, a bit like let's all look at the freak show, rather than this is an educational, helpful show for people who might find themselves in a similar position. It's not for that. Any time I hear anyone try and defend these shows or Steve Miller or anything, I'm just like, it wasn't for that. It's shock tactics. It's for like, look at the shocking TV show. It's not designed to help people.
It's a mixed thing, because in a way I know it's there. I know how big it is because I can grab it and touch it, but looking at it on the screen like that...
There's a disconnect happening here,
it's
and I
just
think we
something
can
you
all
don't wanna
safely say
Lou,
we see that.
having listened to Steve talk with me, what's your reaction to that? What he said?
It's all true what he said. It is heartbreaking and sad and killing yourself. And he's the nicest bloke in the world, and I don't want to lose him.
Stop crying.
Okay, Lou, do you see a lot of fat there?
Yeah, I see all this.
Oh, this is... It's
Between my
just
legs.
a bit
Like, that
much,
just
this,
looks
isn't
like
it?
It does just look like a bum. I've got 2 bums. It's awful.
If I just take you up to the stomach.
Pure fat, that. Say I usually talk with my belly to the kids, and I go, "Hello, put your hand in me and I'll eat you." And they do. They can put the hand in and lose it.
Well, we're now going to take a look round the back.
We certainly
What are you
aren't.
seeing there?
I don't know. It's absolutely disgusting.
I'm really shocked at that language there because, as I was saying earlier, I don't think body positivity should be everything you've ever done to your body is positive. I don't think that as a movement is good, but I don't think finding your body disgusting is the right way either. Like, we need something in the middle that's like, okay, I can see this is an area that is perhaps an issue, and this is what I need to do to achieve that issue. Being repulsed by your own body is not great. It's not a nice position in your brain to be in. Let me tell you that, my loves. The journey is long and arduous, but the steps on that journey can be so rewarding. I've been here, though. I felt like my body is disgusting. I know what that feels
How
like.
determined out of 10 are you to melt that fat?
20.
It's
Take a look now, 'cause
uplifting
you're
music in the
never gonna
background,
see
like
it
Steve's
again.
doing a good job.
I want you to know that I really believe in you. I do. I really do believe
you get
in you.
into the
and you,
narration
mister.
studio and go,
But I can't make you lose weight. Fat people have to do it for themselves. I had to do it for myself.
No, you went and got a gastric band.
Goodbye.
Which, I'm not going to lie, is not a cheating. Getting medical intervention for weight management is not cheating, by the way. What is perhaps considered nefarious is that he has not explained that to anyone. He's just sort of been like, no, I did it all through diet and exercise. And it's like, you can say you've had medical intervention. To me, this is not like, we have medical intervention for many different things. Mental health crisis, body crisis, health issues. Why are we not embracing this as a culture when it comes to helping with obesity issues? In a sort of similar way to trans people, like, obesity brings out very strange behaviors in people. You get sort of, weirdly enough, there's this intersectionality between the two. You get chasers, you get people who try to deny it's even a thing, you get people who lean heavily into it and are just like, oh my god, this is the best thing that's ever happened to anyone ever. Everyone should be like this. Why is that? Why is it such a polarizing thing? Why is every medical intervention or medical answer always fraught with like so much conversation around it? Surely it should be up to the individual. It's very interesting. I don't really talk a lot on this channel about like GLP analogs, but there are some amazing breakthroughs when it comes to weight management medications that have happened in the last 10 years, let's say. And I realize that people will also find this quite scandalous, but now we have them where they've never been used for anything else except weight management. And while there are risks involved with every medication, I feel like we should be a lot more forgiving to people who benefit from a medical treatment.
I think the
If
penny
someone
is
came to me
starting-
in my personal life and said, I'm experiencing the worst bout of depression I have ever experienced in my life and I'm going on medication, I would not be like, no, you just need to love yourself. So unhelpful. Yes, medication comes with its problems, but it also saves people's lives.
To drop, but that doesn't mean I'm letting them off the hook. My second reality check is to take them for a full medical.
Right.
I want to tackle those excuses head on.
Right.
For all Steve's puffing and panting, I'm convinced these two are quite capable of exercise.
Right. And what makes you like that? Are you a doctor?
The results are in.
Right.
Time to find out. the
Blood
truth.
test. Everyone needs their hormones checked.
The first thing to say is that you are both morbidly obese.
Okay.
2 to 3 times more likely to die from cancer, diabetes, heart problems, unless you get rid of that fat. The treadmill test looked at the health of your heart, which I know you've been worrying about.
Yes.
The really good news is that at the moment the result shows that your heart is normal, is doing okay.
That's
the really
fantastic.
good news with that is you can exercise.
Exercise, yeah, before it gets any worse. Yeah.
There can be no excuses for not exercising, Steve.
Yeah.
It does
Same
feel
personally, I
horribly
still, as you
uncomfortable
know, I have to
to
fight the
exercise
demon
in a
in there
larger
still.
body, though.
Yeah, we'll tell the demon there's no risk and go for a walk.
Yeah, that's what I need to do, yeah.
Lou, I'm going to cheer you up a bit. There is some good news. It came back with a normal result, which means you can exercise. You can chase each other around the house. You can play hide and seek with the kids. But if the fat doesn't go, the potential of harming yourself inside is high.
He needs to get a professional diet chef in this show.
It may sound
because
tough,
exercise
but they
is
need to
not the
hear
entire
it, and it's
answer
not
here.
nearly as shocking as what a fat future would hold. For my final hard-hitting tactic,
Oh God,
I've
here we
worked
go.
out how big Lou and Steve could be in 5 years' time if they continue to cram
Oh
in the
God, here we
calories.
go. Future projections,
Lou could
girls.
feel her waistband getting ever tighter as she puts on a gut-busting 5.5 stone, while Steve could gain
See,
another...
the reason why I'm like, this isn't done for good, wanting them to make meaningful change, is because they play a fucking balloon expanding noise. This serious thing, you've just told them they could die, they could get cancer from this lifestyle, and you're going, but there's a balloon noise, this is what you could have won. Like, that cognitive dissonance is unacceptable. It's
stone,
enraging, girly
while
wigs.
Steve could gain another 3 stone, taking him to a whopping 26 stone 12.
Why have you expanded his elbows?
Steve, I'm going to start with you. What will actually happen to you in 5 years' time is that your weight's likely to level out, but your insides will continue to die. It's coming over to me. This isn't a shock to you, really. It's kind of, why haven't you done anything about it?
Yeah, and that's what I've asked myself as well. It's so many years not doing anything about it. That's why I've got so big. So that's why I'm determined now to do it.
Lou, imagine being like that at the school gate.
I won't get through the school gate looking like that. 5 years' time, there's no way am I going to look like that.
Hearing Lou talk, you'd think they have all the motivation they need to lose weight. But I bet they've been saying that for years, and I'm worried they'll never get up off that sofa. So I'm going to take the temptation away.
Right, it's time for the
I've got a
changing
little
room
surprise
section.
waiting in the back garden.
Follow me.
Oh, right.
Chip chop, come with me.
No, what are you doing?
Wave goodbye to it.
Did they give you permission to destroy what could be a family heirloom?
That's the past.
Dark out.
Yeah?
What was the point?
Bye to
You could have
couch,
donated that to
hello to
someone who
fitness.
needed it.
Agreed.
Are we in agreement?
Yep.
Good
Why
stuff.
why
It
destroy
might
a
have come as a
perfectly
shock, but
serviceable...
what they don't
That's so weird. Why be wasteful and destroy that and not donate it to, like...
Is that I've given their living room a complete makeover.
Oh, right, changing
I've
rooms,
swapped
yeah.
that old
Lawrence
sofa
Llewellyn-
for a cross trainer and dusted off the exercise bike
Cross-trainer.
I found.
Do you know, I would love to be able to do a cross-trainer. Unfortunately, every time that I go to do them, I get lightheaded. And I have fainted off a cross-trainer twice in my life, and I have no interest in doing it, but it's very upsetting. Ugh.
Upstairs. I've also brought in a table
Bijou
to make
Hotel.
meals social, not secretive.
That's very Nicky
And a
Hamilton
picture
Jones,
which
isn't
shows
it?
just how good they could look in 10 weeks' time. The shrine to slobbery is now a sanctuary to weight loss.
Gosh, they've really used Photoshop here, haven't they? Somebody's got the creative cloud.
We don't need to get married now.
Do you notice this?
Yes, the clothes horse.
You said it.
Yes.
Yeah?
But I've got another surprise in store for Steve and Lou.
Is he gonna
They
style
start
them?
exercising, their TV comes to life.
Just stop pedaling. The television goes off. You will only watch television when you guys are using this equipment.
Interesting. I did actually find that during the panini, when we weren't really allowed out very often, I used to sit on my exercise bike and actually play video games. So I do think there is some help in that, yes.
Now, I've also had installed that camera up there, and
'cause he's a
I will be able
pervert. Why,
to
Cam?
monitor what you're doing on the web, and I want to
The
be watching
web.
loads of sweat,
She's surfing the
loads
web
of passion, loads of
on
good
your
attitude,
internet
all that
browser.
stuff.
It's a big change, but
Netscape
it's
who?
a change for the better, isn't it? Something we need to sort out and
Yeah.
get on with.
The gym equipment seems to have gone down well, but if they haven't got the right motivation, they'll never keep it up.
It's
I want to help
consistency
Luke get
is
more
the
motivated, and I
hardest
really
part
think the
about a
secret
weight
lies in the
management journey.
wedding.
One thing I always love to know about from my girlfriends when they're getting married is what the dress is like.
Sequined, fitted, corseted, look fab in it. The only trouble is it's black. I've kind of settled the idea now that a black dress is good because I'm going to look good in it, but it's not my dream dress.
Really?
A black dress? What is this, a funeral?
Yes,
I know
it
black
could be.
is
I
slimming,
like,
but that's
yeah, black dress.
ridiculous. I have to see this for myself.
Right, black sparkly dress.
How do you feel in that?
Oh, it's a bit negligee.
It's fitted. I just weren't expecting black for my wedding day.
If you're
It's
in
not very
agreement you don't
wow.
want to wear black, there is no way you're going up that aisle in black.
Over the next few
not very
months, I
wow,
want
is
Lou to
it?
lose
That's the only
£3 a
thing.
week. With a bit of effort, she could make that 3 stone.
Black wedding dresses are not
I
rare
want to show
either.
her what she could be wearing if she succeeds.
See, that's more wow. Look at all the ruffles, the details, the sparkles, the little applique masterclass, the tulle.
Nice.
I think you look gorgeous in that. It's soft and it's feminine and it's how you feel in it though as well that counts.
But there's a catch. The dress is 2 sizes too small.
Okay.
I wanted to use this as a motivation to ditch the fat.
2 dress sizes smaller.
Yeah.
And without putting words into your mouth,
On face value, just thinking about face value, I do not think it is negative to have an item of clothing in your wardrobe that you are like, when I hit my weight management, I will look good in that. As long as it's realistic and you're giving yourself time. As soon as you start getting into like the unrealistic goals, that's where like problems seep in, both mentally and physically.
what are you going to do to make sure you get into it?
Eat well and work out hard. And I will be in it.
Focus
Diet
on getting
is the
into
biggest
this.
part of
You're going
weight
to look like
loss.
a princess, definitely.
And weight gain, to be fair.
A lighter princess.
I feel like I feel
That's why there's that phrase in fitness land, which is abs are made in the kitchen.
And with a couple stone off, I'll feel even better.
You will.
I've already set Lou a weight loss target of at least £3 a week. and
I'm
there's absolutely
spying at
no
you from
reason
beyond
for
my
Steve
head.
Not to do the same. All I get from him at the moment, though, is excuses. But this isn't rocket science. Eat less, move more.
Also, rocket science.
With
isn't
Lou out
actually
at
that
work,
difficult.
Steve is left at home to keep the sofa warm. A job he takes very seriously indeed. Now that the sofa is gone, I want him out of the house. Up
Get
until
out!
now, Steve
Get
has
out of
claimed
the
he can't
house!
exercise for health reasons. But that's simply not true.
What we know is you're fit to walk, it's safe to walk.
Yep.
There is no way you can make excuses now, Steve. Are you listening?
Yeah, sorry, I'm
Yeah?
listening to my child as well.
I know
so-
you are. And we've got to listen to Archie,
You're
but
laughing.
there can be no excuses.
I've got Steve exercising. Now I want to get them both eating right. These guys have been shoveling in greasy kebabs like there's no tomorrow. But from now on,
Grease is awful,
takeaways
isn't it?
are off the menu.
Okay.
No more fatty mega meals.
To
I
be
want the
fair,
whole
even
family
placing
to
a
eat
limit on yourself, like we're not ordering any takeaways, can make massive changes to how your body feels and how you look. All you have to do is look through the comments of these videos when people say things like, well, I've cut out drinking this specific really sugary drink or something. And people have that experience. I had that experience. I have found my weight so much easier to manage now that I don't drink alcohol.
smaller portions of healthy,
It's about being more
home-cooked food.
considerate.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
This
no,
is really
that
nice.
broccoli
I
looks
have
so
to say, Steve,
uncooked. Roast
than my
it.
previous
Bit
meal.
garlic. Bit parsley. Maybe a bit of
Time
spice
with
if
the
you're
Radfords
into it.
is almost over. For the next 10 weeks, there'll be no lounging
British
around
food
the
is
house.
terrible, though. No wonder why we have health epidemics in this country. It's all like boiled, flavourless, seasonless, green sludge. It's awful. Casserole? Who's doing that? Stop making casseroles. Roast everything deliciously, please. No boiled peas. Ugh. You'll have your roast asparagus and you'll be happy, girl.
I've never made any secret of the fact I'm going to cream.
And no TV unless they're prepared to sweat
Right,
for
no
it.
TV, no transvestites.
From now on, I want them exercising every
Fleece.
day.
Trini will be pleased.
I'm giving the guys activity monitors and GPS trackers, which will tell me exactly what
God,
they're
here
up
we
to
go.
24 hours a day. Last of all, I'm
he gonna
setting
zoom in
them their
and be
weight
like,
loss
"No."
targets.
You will lose between 3 and 5 pounds on average per week.
That's quite high.
And there cannot be any excuses.
£5
There
a
is
week
only
is
one
really
thing that
high.
I'm really interested in, and that's a result.
Bring the champagne.
Good attitude.
I'm not sure I agree.
Well,
that
we got off
£5
to a
week is
really
quite
bad
high.
start with Steve and Lou over the kebabs, but I do think these guys have definitely made some progress.
£5 a week is like almost half a stone. Half a stone a week? Healthy, sustainable weight loss is usually around 2 pounds a week. And that's like long-term sustainability. And the more you actually lose, the closer you get to like a stable weight, that will shrink. So you'll probably end up only losing £1 a week or £0.5 pound a week. And that's healthy. This £5 a week, we're starting to get into a bit like Doolally land.
Do question whether they've got the willpower to continue. At the end of the day,
I do question whether you can actually purchase a suit that fits.
Can these guys win that battle?
Oh,
I'm
she's
leaving
off
the
into the
Radfords
night.
to it for now. But
Like
that
the
doesn't mean I'll
Mothman.
be lounging around on my own backside.
Pizza.
It's been a couple of weeks since I left
That
Steve and
laptop.
Lou, and I've been monitoring them closely.
Have you
Steve
really?
and Lou, they've been
What's
doing
this?
quite well.
Social
Steve's
Blade?
actually lost 12 pounds, which is pretty good.
That is
Looking
good.
at this, though, I'm not actually sure if they're going to keep it up, and I'll tell you why. The surveillance camera picked this up.
Oh, God.
Homosexuality.
They've moved the gym equipment out of the front room, and I'm really worried this is the rot starting to set in.
The rot?
They were quite resistant from the start, but the excuses are starting to really kick in.
It was my decision, really, to remove the fitness equipment, just because George said to me on one afternoon, he said, Mummy, he said, please can I go and play upstairs? And that really hit me, that I thought, this isn't right, you can't play in the living room. He's got all these big machinery and we've just lost our family space, so I decided to move it. The exercise bike is still upstairs, but I haven't used it because I hate it. I'd rather go out for a walk.
Well, the cross trainer, Louisa used a couple of times. I can't use a cross trainer, I said that straight away as soon as it was put in. I find a cross trainer so unnatural to me, and I prefer to go out, go for a walk around the park, go for a walk around the countryside.
Well, at least there are alternatives there. I will say, though, like for like, if you're going to say things like, I can't do that, then there is something you can do. And I'm also going to elaborate further that you need to find something you enjoy. I personally really, really enjoy going out for big, long walks. I take my camera with me. I take my dog with me. I make it like a thing. We start today's video asking the question, do they really not make them like they used to? If I've got the time, I'll do like a good 3-hour walk. What can I photograph? What scenes am I going to see? What's my dog going to enjoy? Are we going to stop and I can give him some water and we'll have a little play with his ball? That's enjoyable to me. Sitting in one place at home staring at a wall on a cross trainer, devoid of life. So I understand that. I just also, there's a concern in my head that's like, are you looking for ways to not do it? And as soon as your brain starts to indulge those methods, the willpower aspect starts to dwindle. Oh, he's stealing your crisps, girl. Mugged at the pageant.
It's now almost 4 weeks since I left, and things are going wrong.
Oh dear. Why have we got all
Actually
this
taken down the
interference?
cameras, and looking at this, they've given up wearing their activity monitors. Even worse today, I heard they've put the wedding back 6 months. Now, that could be because they've put weight back on, or they're not losing weight at all.
Interesting.
I need to see these
People
guys
don't
as soon
usually
as possible,
delay weddings
because
unless
I am
something serious has
concerned that
happened.
They're not actually serious about losing weight.
To get them exercising, I've invited the Radfords away for an activity weekend in the North Yorkshire moors. I want to find out what's been going wrong.
Surprise!
Je suis surprise.
Do I not look just like a French woman?
Lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Are you all right, little one?
To see you,
How
nice.
have you been getting on?
All right.
Up and down.
A bee.
Been quite ill, the whole family's been ill.
Ill.
Which doesn't help. but-
Infection.
You've been poorly buns, yeah?
Yeah.
The key question, of course,
poorly
is are you
buns.
still on board? Do you still want to lose
Grumble
more
buns.
weight?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I say it's
Now
not.
we're
It's
getting
been awful
better.
not being able to get out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was
I will
getting used
say,
to it, loving my
young
walk.
children are absolute disease spreaders. They will give you every illness. They will play with children outside, bring home all the illnesses. So, you know, I do have a softer mindset towards that, because when you're sick, the last thing you think is, let's go for a nice big walk, get nice and sweaty, girls.
Absolutely not.
No, your brain goes, I need to have hot chocolate in bed, mummy. Mummy, do it, mummy.
And again, and to break it up, because I just couldn't manage it. I was walking into school, and that's about as far as I could go. I was just feeling my chest and everything was awful.
A chest
But
infection.
I wanted to carry on doing my
Wow.
walking, but I just couldn't do it. So
Oi, oi. Seems like the Radfords have brought their excuses with them, but at least they haven't put any weight back on. I need them to start enjoying movement again.
Rules are we're going to build a shelter, OK? It's got to be big enough for you guys to fit in. Not too big so that you're letting all the body heat escape, all right?
okay.
All right.
Go, guys.
Oh, quick.
Oh, you wouldn't catch me. Oh, bye. Yeah, Linda, you watch
Exercise
the
machines
car.
or not, it doesn't matter how these guys lose weight. When you're this big, you just need to get it off as quickly as possible.
As quickly, no, manageable, sustainable.
I'm actually doing really well. I'm
Fast
gonna let
to
them get
lose
on with
means
it.
fast to
Actually,
gain.
I'm not here just to build shelters. I've got an ulterior motive.
I'm not here just to build shelters.
I think
I'm here to
Steve
mop
is the
up the
main
competition.
source of excuses. But before I tackle him, I want to find out from Lou what's been going wrong.
Oh, right, okay.
It's just because you was doing so well and then you get set back. And then you just back to square one again.
Weight loss is not like this. Weight loss is like this.
And it's hard because then you got to fight all those demons again to get you back to getting out there and eating healthily and
Unfortunately, they never go
just
away.
up and down.
Are you willing to work with me to exterminate those demons?
Definitely.
Do you really mean it?
Yeah, it's time to change.
What will turn Steve on to help Steve lose
Oh,
more
don't
weight?
say turn Steve on.
Sometimes I think he's not totally driven to it. Give me some tips. What do I do?
I don't know. You could give him all the things in the world, I think, and I don't know. I really haven't got a clue.
Can you and I
It
agree?
sounds biological a little bit.
£2 a week loss for the next 6 weeks?
£2.
Definitely.
That's healthy.
Shake on it. £2 a week, missus, or I shall be
Average.
chasing you. I'm happy with an average,
Yeah.
£2 a week. Give us a cuddle. Yeah, well done.
Come
I feel
seemed a bit
Lou's
softer
definitely back on
there,
board,
did
and
Steve.
you know,
Here we
having
go.
chatted with her, she does want to do it, and I think she'll make the effort. The tough one from me, though, is definitely Steve. Is he with me, or is he going to continue to fight me?
For the second activity, I'm going to allow him to do just that. If I can get Steve having fun, he'll be losing weight without even knowing it. So I'm declaring war on fat.
OK, you know how the guns work. May the best team win.
I don't think I can show this, actually. There's not.
It's Miller versus the Radfords, and I'm not going down without a fight.
Oh, it's laser. Oh, that's fine. I thought it was going to actually be like paintball.
You
Laser
call that
lady.
hiding? Lou, you're going to need a much bigger tree.
Oh, bloody hell.
One Radford down, one to go.
What is this? This is not helping them at all. This is like a fun day out. It's not let's try and find something repetitive that you can do. He's not going to be able to afford to go 3 times a week to do laser fighting.
Oh, then again. Oh, it's killing this. I enjoy doing things like this, and it just sort of upsets you, it holds you back, being like
competitive
this weight,
sport.
I'm carrying this weight because I know I get a banging head. Obviously, your blood pressure goes up, whatever, and you bang your head, and it just makes you feel sicky and headachy, and it really thumps your head, and it just holds you back. And it's a shame because you want to enjoy and carry on doing it, and you have to stop. Oh,
that's true.
I'm done. Oh.
I can't believe that Steve is still making excuses for not doing any exercise. But if he
I don't
thinks I'm
think
giving
saying
up...
my head is pounding and I'm going to be sick is making excuses.
I've literally got 2 weeks left to help them shift as much lard as possible.
Lard?
Steve's constantly
Lard,
made excuses not to
lemons.
exercise, but I finally got him out of the house.
Here you go, guys. How you doing?
I've entered us into a 6-mile charity walk around Salford Quays.
Okay.
It's a step in the right direction, but I've heard all these promises before.
Is your heart still in losing weight, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yeah. I think about it every day. Do you think about it every day?
Yeah, well,
Or moan
I
about
still
it?
feel uncomfortable. I mean, I'm in pain now, stood here, so I need to get it off, feel comfortable in
Yeah.
myself, so yeah, definitely.
This should be interesting. If
do
Steve's
feel
in
like
pain
there's
just
an
from
aspect
standing
of-
up, I'll be amazed if he can even walk a
Not
mile.
delusion. Delusion's not the right word because he's not delusional about it. It's like unwilling. And unfortunately, there isn't anything you can do for being unwilling. You have to really hit that point where you want to change and you want to put those systems in place in your life to be able to change. People that don't want help don't change. She's on the go-go road.
Now, doesn't it feel good walking and doing it for a good cause?
Brilliant.
A good wig.
I think it's fab.
She needs to put on the good wig.
And how are you feeling?
All right.
Good.
This is
Pumping
quite
my bum,
brisk
I'm all right.
walking. Mummy! On the game, on the go.
Steve and Lou have walked 3 miles.
He loves to turn
There's
around and be like,
absolutely no excuse
Frightening.
whatsoever
Jump
for him not to walk at least 1 mile a day. Forget the excuses, Stephen Radford. Start walking.
1 mile is 10 minutes in one direction and 10 minutes
We're about
back.
3/4 done. And how are you feeling?
I might run the rest.
Run?
Well, maybe jog.
Saunter.
You guys are fitter than I thought. I mean,
We're
you
just tricking, you
flew
see, all
around
these
that.
weeks.
I know.
We're actually professional athletes.
Do you know, I cannot drink water whilst
As you can
exercising.
see.
As soon as I drink any fluids during a workout, my body is like, right, that's it. Time to be sick everywhere. And it's so annoying and unfun. It actually means that I need to plan in like 10-minute cool down breaks, have liquids, and then like slowly work my way back up again. If I just do like a couple of sips whilst I'm in the middle of exercise, ugh, awful. Again, you need to find things that work for you. Something that works for you is not going to work for someone else.
But they
And
have,
blah, blah,
and
blah,
I'm
blah, blah.
genuinely impressed.
Are we going to have, is this catch up? A medal girl! You've
I know
won
over the last few weeks,
cross-dresser
at
of
times,
the
I've given you tools,
century.
but you find your own motivation's been a bit low. How do you feel about yourselves now in terms of motivation for the future?
Brilliant, because now I feel I can do anything. I don't feel like, oh, I can't be bothered to go for a walk. I feel like,
You
come on,
need to
let's go for a walk. I
maintain
feel like
that
I go for a walk
elation.
every day this
That's
week now.
what's difficult.
It's really
stuff.
good.
Late
But then
at
I feel like
night,
that in the
by
morning when I wake
yourself,
up and I
1
can't
a.m.
move.
That's where you're
That's
like,
a different
you need to
story,
cling
but
on to
at
the
moment,
darkness. No,
I'm
the
like,
light
come
in the
on,
dark.
bring it on.
High five!
It feels like we finally cracked it, but I worry that without me around to kick them up the backside, these guys could return to old habits.
Oh, here she is.
We've come to
Dressed
the end
like
of our
Tesco.
10 weeks together, and I want to finish on a high, so I've arranged for them to have a makeover at a top London salon.
Oh, Nikki
I
Hamilton
wanted the
Jones.
Radfords to try to lose 3 stone each.
Right.
I've got
I
that.
don't think they've done it, but I'm keeping stum for the moment.
Right. What do we have?
OK, Steve, thank you. If you want to hop off.
First
Hop
comes
off.
the makeover, and to spice things up a bit, the guys are being kept apart.
He's gonna
until
put on
the
a
end of the
wig.
day.
Right, we're getting some highlights, lowlights, bit of trim, bit of shape. Is he getting a fade?
Fancy going straight in there with the dress, or would you like to try some jeans and a top?
No, I'd like to try a dress.
A dress.
Okay then.
A stylist.
Ooh,
Ooh, a say something belt.
I think that we've actually
Very royal purple, isn't it?
the size is slightly too big, so let's just hope that the last outfit we're going to try on will fit.
Very
Look at you, Mrs.
I got heels on.
Is this the first time you've worn heels?
Yeah. This
Gosh,
big, yeah.
they're not even a little heel.
You've not seen it, have you?
She does. She looks very elegant.
Tell me what you see.
It's funny. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Do you know what, Lou? What I really love is the hair
Unexpected
I love the hair.
reaction.
and that pretty face. Do you see yourself as pretty?
Yeah.
He's a bit weird, isn't he?
Looking
Steve?
at yourself like this, does it motivate
She's got
you to
lovely
lose
eye
more
colour.
weight?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's so important to enjoy the small
good.
victories. So important.
Best feeling ever.
You need to remember that feeling and be like, it felt so good when.
This, compared to my normal look, is 100 times better. It's fantastic. My normal look's just daggy, holy, bobbly. I want something
Daggy,
new
holy and
fresh.
bobbly.
Brilliant.
The
Makes you
forgotten
feel
Teletubbies.
top of the world.
Oh, a buzz cut. Yeah, the top
Do
London
calories in
salon.
the way. What kind of things you want to get into? Is there anything that you think, God, if only I could fit into that, or I've seen that on telly?
I
or
really
I've
want a
seen
frilly
a
jumpsuit in
look that
pink.
you really...
I'd like to get into jeans again, so I've not worn jeans for a long time. I've got
Really?
stacks of jeans.
She's like, I don't think you should. No, really.
Yeah.
And a shirt. Or Converse for the Converse.
Stephen Radford,
Ooh.
this is the first time I've ever seen you in jeans. You're always in
I'm
shorts.
not sure about this. A
Take a
hoodie
look at
over a
yourself.
shirt, over
Very
a
nice.
t-shirt.
How do you feel?
It is very comfy, yeah, nice. Everything's
I don't
just
know
light
about
as
all
well.
that.
I like those as well.
You know, they're comfy, aren't they?
I think they look great. I think it looks trendier. I actually think you look a bit younger.
40.
A bit younger than that.
Unsure
When I
about
look in
that.
the mirrors, I still don't like what I see, because I'm huge and
He has got a
I don't
fade.
like it. So it motivates you to try and lose more. Again, it's something I need to fight up here. So there's only me can do it, sort of thing. But it's hard.
Steve has got a lot of work ahead of him. For now, though, it's time to reacquaint him with his bride-to-be.
I feel like I'm at the top of the aisle, waiting for the bride, like you'll be.
Did they not reveal?
Here she comes.
I guess they haven't revealed yet, have they? No, this is just the look.
Thank you.
He's got a lot of pink
Steve, what's your
skin.
reaction? I think she looks great.
She looks gorgeous, yeah. I like her hair. It's very nice.
I love my hair.
Very flushed.
I love it.
Very flushed. Could be nerves.
After 10 difficult weeks,
be
it's
indicative.
time for me to reveal just how well they've done.
Right.
Lou, you've lost 13 pounds in weight.
That's all right.
In how long?
After 10 difficult weeks,
10
it's
weeks.
time for me to reveal just how well they've done.
Lou, you've lost 13 pounds in weight.
In 10 weeks. 13 pounds in
You
10
know,
weeks.
and
That
I
is
think
a,
for
that
me,
is a safe...
it doesn't sound a great amount of
It's
weight,
safe.
to be fair.
We want safe
but
and sustainable.
if you continue the way you're doing, you will continue to
And your
shed that
skin
weight.
will enjoy it, your
13
body
pounds
will
actually is
enjoy
quite
it.
a lot.
No drastic,
when you
drastic,
look at
drastic.
it.
When I first met her, Lou was weighing down the sofa with a hefty 20 stone 7.
Weighing down
Now
the
she's
sofa.
tipping the scales 13 pounds lighter at just over 19 and a half stone. It's just the start of what she could achieve, but it's clearly
give it
having a
a wink,
positive
girl.
effect already.
Tinky
Lou's waist
winky.
measurement has come down by a massive 4.5 inches.
Steve, what about you? What do you think your final result is?
9, 10 pounds.
It's actually 11 pounds.
Oh.
Not a bad guess, you see. Good me.
That's 24 pounds in total as a couple.
That's
To me,
still...
it should have been more than that, so I should have done that on my own. So.
10 weeks ago, Steve was
That's
his
still
biggest ever
something
at
to be
almost
celebrated,
24
though.
stone. He started well, losing 14 pounds, but never found it easy and even put weight back on.
Oh dear, okay.
There's no
14,
doubt that a loss of 11 pounds and an inch off his waist is a bit disappointing for both of us.
There's just one other thing that I want to show you
Have we
because
ever
I
seen them
want
be
to give you,
disappointed
Lou,
before?
a real incentive.
Right.
Okay?
What's this?
About a month ago, we agreed that you'd lose £2 a week. Sadly, you didn't do it.
Oh, we do.
But I want to agree with you today that you will drop 2 dress sizes. And when you've ditched that fat and dropped 2 dress sizes,
I was like, what is in
this
that box?
dress is yours. Is that a deal?
Deal. Definitely.
To be fair to the groom, guide your eyes.
No looking, no
It's all in
peeking.
here.
No peeking. Stop it.
All right?
So what size is that?
That's an 18.
Thank you very much.
That's what I was.
Means such a lot. And that's a major, major incentive. Thank you.
Okay.
Watch my hair.
Right.
I'm just got that done.
I don't want to mess your hair up. But now the lid goes back on.
Yes.
All right?
Did they do
This
it?
is just the start for the Radfords.
Are we
and
getting
they
a-
have been one of the most resistant
Are we
couples
getting a
that I've ever
catch-up?
worked
No.
with. But I do think they've turned the corner. And in 6 months' time on their wedding day, I hope it's the best day of their lives,
6 months.
as well
we're
as
gonna
one
do
of
a
the
6 month
slimmest.
catch-up, Are they? No. Oh, we will never know, girlies. So, my lovelies, I do think that this was an interesting episode because we kind of saw what I would consider a healthy weight loss described as like not enough, not doing the most, not extreme enough. Now, to me, and any of the literature you will find regarding weight loss, a safe weight loss is up to £2 a week. More than that can be safe still, but we're talking about averages here. So the idea that earlier in the show, like £5 a week was discussed, I was like, this is we're getting into like extreme weight loss territory. And of course, the faster you lose weight means that, like an elastic band, it has to come back or it snaps, which is even worse. None of these weight loss shows ever focus on sustainability. They kind of push the blame onto the individual themselves and still make them feel not adequate despite having a good result. Those results at the end there were within normal, healthy range results. But I guess from a TV standpoint, they want extreme results, don't they? Like Fat Families, it's got an extreme name, it's got an extreme presenter, it's got an extreme concept. Like they want big dramatic results to make big dramatic TV with. Unfortunately, in my opinion, big dramatic TV shows do not make for safe, healthy people. Let me know what you think about what we've seen in today's episode of Fat Families, my lovely. It's been a bit of a hard one to watch here. I felt quite emotional throughout this show. And with that, it's time for the Patreons. You can see yourself scrolling past on the screen right here. Yes, you can. And today's Luxeria Labs subscriber shout out goes to DD Huggins. Thank you so much for subscribing to my second channel here on YouTube, Luxeria Labs, which is my tech, travel, and photography channel here on YouTube, my loves. If you want to be featured in my next video subscriber shout out, make sure you subscribe to Luxeria Labs. The link will be pinned in the comments below. And as always, I want to say a massive thank you to my top tier Patreons. Orkos Samoji, Amelia Dillingham, Ariadia X, Becky Johnson, Beebles32, Bumblebee Whisperer, Cameron Pittman, Shell Herman, ContraPoints, Emma Burns, Eric Castillo, Finch Dunham, James A. Zengurl, Jenny Wood, Caitlin Wright, Larissa Says Relax, Leanne Jones, Lenore, Les Banana, Mo Sherman, Miss Kiss, Novembrix, Paolo Rivera, Rye Loves Rory, Sky Dorim, Steffutech, TNS Mum, and Taylor Martin. And you know what, my loves? I think I'm going to leave it on the note of small changes add up over time, but you also have to want to make those changes. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.